Hey, did you see the photos I just sent you? Wasn't the ocean absolutely gorgeous?
The ocean was fine, but the two of you ruining the scenery was hard to miss. What exactly are you trying to accomplish by sending me something like that?
Oh, come on. You're such a buzzkill. You could have at least sent a simple, wow, what a cute couple, or something. Or maybe, where are you guys on your date?
I don't care where you and your stolen man are or what you're doing.
You're still so cold. Are you seriously still mad that I took Davis from you? It's been 6 months since your divorce, you know. You're being way too petty.
Huh? You really think I'm ever going to forgive you two? You stabbed me in the back and ruined my marriage. Don't act like you've been absolved just because time has passed. You don't get to decide when you're forgiven.
Wow, you're still super bitter.
What did you expect? Davis and I were married for less than a year, and you, my own sister, had an affair with him. Do you even have a shred of remorse? Do you have any idea how it felt to be betrayed by both my husband and my own flesh and blood? Time doesn't just magically erase that kind of pain.
Meh, even if you're still mad, it won't change anything. Davis is never coming back to you. Actually, he's still totally smitten with me. If anything, he seems to have completely forgotten you ever existed. He was so excited about our honeymoon that he woke me up at 5 in the morning today.
Wait, honeymoon? Hold on. Are you saying those photos you sent were from a trip you're already on?
Wrong. Nice try, though. The photos I sent were just from the port. We're about to leave for our actual honeymoon. We're setting sail on a luxury cruise ship, an entire honeymoon at sea.
What?
I know, right? Sure, going somewhere basic like Hawaii would have been fun too, but Davis said that's where ordinary people go. We're not ordinary. He suggested we do something classier. So, he booked us a round-the-world cruise on a luxury liner. You have to admit, he's such a sophisticated, thoughtful man, isn't he?
Huh, funny. When I was with him, he said, Hawaii's the classic honeymoon spot. You can't go wrong with it. Guess he suddenly got a taste for luxury once he left me.
Oh, that's not even the best part. Davis took care of everything in no time. He booked us the best suite on the entire ship. VIP level, of course. I mean, it's way more extravagant than that boring little honeymoon you two had. He's spending several times more on me than he ever did on you. I guess that just shows how much he truly loves me.
Yeah, sure. If you say so.
I can't believe it. A dreamlike honeymoon on a luxurious cruise ship. Meanwhile, you're still moping around and able to let go of Davis. Honestly, I feel a little bad for you. We're having the time of our lives while you're stuck in the past.
Don't worry about me. I really couldn't care less about what you two idiots are doing.
Oh, don't try to act tough. I know you're just putting on a brave face. I bet deep down you're seething with jealousy. I mean, come on. Me, boarding a luxurious cruise ship with your ex-husband? You must be dying of envy.
Actually, no. I don't feel a shred of envy. If anything, I feel sorry for you.
Huh? What? Why the hell would you pity me? You're just jealous. I took your man, I'm married to a rich heir, and now I'm about to set sail on a lavish honeymoon. You should be green with envy. Why? Give me a break.
Oh, you haven't heard, have you? Your wonderful new husband, the heir to a family fortune, his family's company just went bankrupt.
What?
I get why you're so eager to set off on this grand honeymoon. You probably need the distraction, but honestly, you two have bigger things to worry about. Most couples would cancel their honeymoon if they suddenly lost their family's entire fortune. But I get it. It must suck to have your dream vacation ruined before it even starts. I can't help but feel a little sorry for you.
Wait. Hold on a second. Riley, what are you talking about? Bankruptcy? What the hell are you saying? There's no way.
Yeah. It hasn't hit the news yet, but it's already a massive scandal back home. Word spread like wildfire. Davis's family's company suddenly declared bankruptcy. The employees showed up for work this morning and found a notice taped to the door. Company closed due to bankruptcy. No warning, no prior announcement. Just like that, it was over.
No, no way. That's impossible. Davis's family's company? Bankrupt? That can't be. He's their heir. He's loaded. How could they possibly be bankrupt when we're about to go on such a lavish honeymoon?
I don't know the details, but considering you're literally married to the heir, I'm sure you can get all the answers you need. Go ask Davis. You two are about to be stuck on a ship together for weeks. I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to talk.
No, this can't be happening.
Well, good luck with your honeymoon. I hope you manage to enjoy it. Bye now.
Riley, please help me. I can't get in touch with my parents at all. I've been calling them over and over, but nothing. I think the company really did go under. It's true. Our family business is finished, and because of it, we've lost everything. Our savings, our house, even our cars. I don't know what to do. Please, Riley, what should I do?
Huh? And what exactly should I help you? Sure, I can sympathize with the fact that your family company collapsed, but that has absolutely nothing to do with me. It's not my problem.
What? How can you say something so cold? Even if we're divorced, you were still my wife once. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Oh, give me a break. We've been divorced for months. I'm not your wife anymore. I'm just another stranger now. And besides, how is it that the son of the company's president had no clue about the financial state of the family business? Are you seriously telling me you had no idea the company was on the verge of bankruptcy?
Of course I didn't. I mean, yeah, I knew sales were down, but I never imagined it was bad enough for the whole company to suddenly collapse. I thought my father had everything under control.
What a useless heir. I heard the company's revenue had dropped by 90% due to all the bad press. Even with those numbers, you still didn't think it might go under? Are you really that dense?
But I thought my dad would fix everything. Sure, sales were tanking, but I figured he and my mom would pull through somehow. They always handled the complicated stuff, so I didn't think it was my responsibility to worry about it.
Unbelievable. The definition of a spoiled, clueless heir.
Then just a few minutes ago, my dad called me, and you know what he said? He told me it was over. The company was beyond saving. So he and my mom, they ran away. They actually skipped town in the middle of the night. And get this, he told me that since we were about to leave for our honeymoon, we should just disappear too. He told us to stay on the cruise and never come back, like we could just vanish.
Wow, an entire family scattered. The big, proud family company reduced to this, huh? What a joke.
And right after that call, I tried to phone him back over and over again, but nothing. I can't reach either of them. They're gone.
Oh, so they planned the bankruptcy in advance, huh? And while they were preparing for their little escape, they used their precious son's honeymoon as a cover. How convenient.
No, you don't get it. It's not just that. We couldn't even board the cruise. We got turned away. Our honeymoon is ruined.
What? You got denied boarding?
Yeah, I think one of the employees or maybe a company staffer caught wind of the bankruptcy news. Before we even stepped onto the ship, some of the cruise staff pulled us aside. They told us we were suspected of attempting to flee the country. And just like that, we were denied entry. We're officially stuck on land. No honeymoon, nothing.
Ha! Wow. I guess even luxury cruises have protocols for suspected fugitives. How fitting.
I tried to explain. I told them over and over that it was just a honeymoon, but they didn't believe me. They checked my bank balance, and you know what they saw? $300. That's all I have left. And with my parents' credit cards frozen and their accounts drained, the cruise staff said they couldn't take the risk. I didn't even get to argue. We were thrown out on the spot.
Wait, $300? That's seriously all you have?
Yeah, but it's not my fault. I always used my dad's credit card when I bought stuff. I never needed my own money. And my mom handled all the salary deposits and savings accounts. I didn't keep track of any of it. But when I checked today, everything was gone, completely wiped. I'm sure my dad funneled the money into their escape fund. They probably took every last cent.
Wow, that's just pathetic.
So, please, Riley, I'm begging you. You were the first person I thought of. You were always there for me, remember? Whenever I was in a bind, you were the one who saved me. You won't abandon me now, right? You'll help me again, right?
What?
Remember when we first got married? I was a total mess back then, but you always had my back. Like that one time, when I forgot the important documents for that big meeting with the client. You ran all the way to the office and delivered them just in time. You saved my skin. Or when that difficult client was about to cancel the deal, you jumped in and smoothed things over with them. You always fixed everything for me, Riley. You were my safety net.
Yeah, I remember. I used to run myself ragged trying to be the perfect wife. I gave everything I had to support you. I was so desperate to make things work, even when you didn't appreciate it.
Exactly! You were always there for me, and you can do it again! My parents, the company, my entire life, it's all gone! But you can save me! You can fix this! Please! Maple and I will head over to your place right now! Just let us stay with you for a while! Just until we get back on our feet! Please, Riley, I'm begging you!
No way. Not a chance.
What? What do you mean, no way?
Look, I feel sorry for your family. I really do. But that doesn't mean I owe you anything. We're divorced, remember? You're just some guy I used to know. I have no obligation to help you. So don't act all familiar and try to guilt trip me. Just don't.
Why are you being so heartless? Did you forget? When we divorced, I gave you a huge settlement. I was more than fair with the alimony and the division of assets. You walked away with plenty. Don't you think you could at least show a little gratitude by helping me out?
Gratitude? Are you serious? The only reason I got that settlement was because you and Maple cheated on me. That was the price you paid for betraying me. Don't you dare act like I owe you anything in return.
But I paid you way more than the average settlement. You're fine financially. Surely you can spare a little for me. Just enough to get us back on our feet.
No, not a chance. You threw away everything we had. You made your choice. Now, deal with the consequences. I'm done here. Goodbye, Davis.
Riley, this isn't what I signed up for. I didn't agree to this. Our honeymoon got canceled, and to make things worse, Davis, the man I stole from you, went from being a rich, charming heir to a penniless wreck overnight. I mean, what the hell is this? What's the point of stealing him from you if it all just ends up like this? It's completely meaningless.
Oh, you seem pretty lively, Cora. I take it you somehow managed to find a place to stay last night?
Huh? As if? Do Do you think we had that kind of luck? We had nowhere to go. We ended up sleeping on a bench in a park near the harbor all night long. Do you have any idea how humiliating that was?
Wow. The ocean breeze must have been pretty chilly at night. You must have been freezing.
Don't act all smug and sympathetic. You should have seen Davis. The guy was absolutely useless. Just pacing around in circles, muttering, "What do we do? What do we do?" Like some scared little kid. Pathetic. I told him if we had no other option, we should at least take out a loan from a consumer finance company just to cover some basic living expenses. You know what he said? He was all, "That's too scary. You do it instead, Cora." He actually shoved the responsibility onto me. Can you believe it?
I mean, what did you expect? He's a pampered, coddled heir who grew up in the lap of luxury. This is probably the first time he's ever had to face real hardship. Of course he doesn't know how to handle it. You can't expect him to suddenly grow a backbone overnight.
No, I don't care. I don't care how he was raised. He's a man, isn't he? He's supposed to be the one protecting me. And yet, here I am, doing everything myself while he just whines and clings to me like a lost child. It's disgusting. I can't take it anymore. I've made up my mind. I'm divorcing Davis.
What? Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm going back home. I can't live like this. So, Riley, I need you to help me. You have to talk to my parents. Convince them to take me back. I still can't go home, remember? My parents kicked me out when I ran off with Davis. I'm still banned from the house.
Oh, no. That's absolutely impossible. If you think my parents were angry, you clearly don't remember your own father's rage. He was livid when he found out about the affair. He told you, "Don't ever show your face here again, you disgrace." And now you think you can just waltz back home? Forget it. There's no way he'll forgive you. And I sure as hell won't be the one trying to convince him.
Come on, don't say that. Help me out, please. Tell you what, if you help me, I'll even throw in a little bonus for you. You can have Davis back. How about that? It's a pretty sweet deal, right? I'll hand him right back over to you. You still love him, don't you? You must. You're still so angry at us. That's proof you're still not over him. You're clearly holding on to some lingering feelings. I mean, come on. You should be grateful. You'll get to have Davis back, and all you have to do is help me convince my parents. It's a win-win, right?
Huh? Are you out of your mind?
Oh, come on! Don't act so cold. You've been stewing in jealousy all this time, haven't you? You must have been dying to take him back. I mean, think about it. You'll finally get to hold him in your arms again. The man you still love. You'll do it, right? You'll help me, right?
Wrong. I couldn't care less about Davis. Actually, scratch that. There is one thing I feel toward him. Pure, undying hatred. That's it. No love. No lingering attachment. Nothing. As far as I'm concerned, he's less than dirt. He's nothing but a parasite I scraped off my shoe. So no thanks. You can keep your little bonus.
Well, wait. Hold on a second. What are you talking about? Hatred? No way! If you're this cold, it means you already have someone else, don't you? You're seeing someone.
Oh, I guess I forgot to mention it. Yeah, I got married.
Huh? Wait, married? You're lying. When the hell did you get married?
Let me think. Oh, right. It was just about a month ago. Actually, it was the day after I finalized my divorce with Davis. A good friend of mine confessed his feelings to me, so on a whim, I said yes, and we got married.
What the hell? Are you insane? You got married right after divorcing Davis?
Sure did. Why not? Honestly, after going through a divorce, the idea of getting remarried didn't faze me at all. Once you're divorced, getting divorced a second or third time isn't that big of a deal. I mean, who cares? If it doesn't work out, well, just split up. Simple. No biggie. Actually, it's kind of liberating. The whole ordeal made me stronger, so I'm not afraid of things falling apart anymore.
Oh, holy shit! You've really changed.
Yep. So, about your little request, you can deal with your own mess. I'm not your cleanup crew. And while you're at it, good luck begging your parents for forgiveness. I'm sure that'll go over great. Oh, and Davis? Yeah, you can keep him. I'm not interested.
No! This can't be happening! This isn't how it was supposed to go! I was supposed to be living the dream! Right now, I should have been on that luxury cruise, sipping champagne and basking in the sun! I was supposed to be having the time of my life, living happily ever after!
Oh, that reminds me. You just mentioned the cruise, right? You were going to board the luxury liner in Florida? The Green Cruising 2-month world tour, right?
Yeah? So what? Why are you bringing that up?
What a coincidence! Guess what? That's the exact cruise I'm on right now.
What? No way! You're lying. You can't be on my honeymoon cruise.
Oh, it's true. But don't get the wrong idea. We're not in a fancy suite like you were aiming for. We're just in one of the budget second-class cabins. Still, even with the cheap room, it's been wonderful. Just me and my new husband, enjoying our honeymoon. You know, if your precious Davis's family company hadn't gone under, we would have been on the same ship. Imagine that. You and Davis, completely broke, running into me and my new husband. What a nightmare that would have been.
No. No. You're lying. This can't be happening. This was supposed to be my dream honeymoon, not yours.
Oh, well, guess I'll just have to enjoy it for you. Bon voyage, Cora.
Riley! How could you? You went and married another man while I was still here? Are you trying to rub it in my face?
Huh?
I heard it all from Cora. I couldn't believe it. You, of all people, getting married to someone else so quickly.
And why would that have anything to do with you? Who I marry or when I do it is none of your business.
Of course it has everything to do with me. I was planning on getting back together with you.
What did you just say?
I lost everything! My parents, my job, my money! And yet instead of supporting me, Cora just kept tearing into me. She kept calling me useless, a failure, saying I was nothing but a waste of space. Then to make things worse, she suddenly announced that she was going to leave me and marry some rich guy. She didn't even hesitate. But you were never like that. You would never have said such cruel things. If I had been with you back when my company went under, I know you wouldn't have abandoned me. You would have stayed by my side no matter how bad things got.
You're right about one thing. When I married you, I made a commitment. I was fully prepared for the risks that came with being married to a business owner. The title of CEO sounds glamorous, but I knew there was always the looming threat of failure. I thought about what would happen if your company ever collapsed, if everything fell apart. I was ready to stand by you, for better or worse.
See? You really are the perfect woman! God, what a fool I was! Why? Why did I ever cheat on you? How could I have been so stupid when I had someone as incredible as you right by my side? I finally understand how precious you are. I get it now. So please, Riley, leave your new husband and come back to me.
No thanks. I'm perfectly happy with my husband. I love him with all my heart. Even if the sky opened up and rained spears, I still wouldn't take back a lying, cheating scumbag like you.
What?
But hey, thanks for finally realizing what a catch I am. It's a bit late, but still, I'll take the compliment. Oh, and by the way, because you were such a colossal idiot back then, I ended up finding a new and much happier path for myself. In fact, looking back, I'm honestly glad we got divorced. It's probably one of the best things that ever happened to me.
You've got to be kidding me! You can't be serious! I'm practically begging you here! If you're so dead set on never taking me back, then give me my money back!
What?
Yeah, you heard me. That alimony I paid, it was way too much. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I've realized it was totally unfair. You need to pay me back for everything that went over the standard amount. If you're not coming back to me, then give me my damn money back.
Oh, wow. You're unbelievable. But sorry to break it to you, I already spent the standard amount you're whining about. You know where? On my honeymoon, with my husband.
What? What did you just say?
Didn't Cora tell you we're on our honeymoon right now? And guess what? We're on the exact same luxury cruise you and Cora were denied boarding for.
No way!
Yeah. It's going to be an absolutely spectacular trip thanks to you. Your money is making this honeymoon extra special, so thanks for that. Hope you enjoy sitting at home stewing in your misery. Bye now.
Riley, what should I do? I rushed back home to my parents' house, but they threw me out. They said, just because the situation has changed doesn't mean we'll ever forgive you. They wouldn't even let me step through the front door.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There's no way Dad and Mom would forgive you that easily. You should have known that.
Please, Riley. I have no one else. You're my only hope now. I'm begging you. Can't you at least lend me some money? Just a little, enough to get by.
Huh?
I'm completely out of money. I'm really in trouble here. I want to divorce Davis and find another man as soon as possible, but he refuses to sign the divorce papers. He says there's no way I'm letting you run off alone.
Oh, how unfortunate.
No, seriously. He's being absolutely awful. He says that since he once spoiled me with luxury, now it's my turn to support him. He keeps telling me to go work if I need money or take out a loan from a consumer finance company. He's constantly barking orders at me, yet he does nothing himself. He just lazes around while I'm supposed to figure everything out.
That must be so hard for you. What a shame.
Please, Riley. I'm truly sorry for everything I did. I regret it all. For stealing Davis from you, for the way I treated you. I know I was terrible, but I'm begging you. Please lend me some money. If you don't, I'll have no choice but to become homeless.
You know what? That might actually be the perfect solution.
What?
Yeah, I mean, why not? You two can face it together. You're still a couple, right? You're not alone. So you'll figure something out. Just the two of you. You'll survive somehow.
Wait, you can't be serious. You're really not going to help me? Even when I'm practically on my knees begging? I'm your little sister. I'm suffering, completely ruined, and you're seriously not going to help me? A normal sister would rush to save me right away. You're supposed to be there for me.
Oh, come on. Even if I wanted to, I physically can't. I'm currently floating on the ocean. You know, enjoying my honeymoon. So sorry. There's no way I can rush over to help you. Even if I were back in Texas, though, I still wouldn't lift a finger to help a pathetic backstabbing woman like you.
No, you're kidding, right? You can't be this cruel.
Cruel? You want to talk about cruel? You made your bed, now lie in it. This is the life you chose when you stole my fiancé. You destroyed my future for your own selfish gain, and now that it's blowing up in your face, you suddenly expect me to save you? That's not how this works. You're going to have to endure the consequences of your own choices. So, be a good wife. Stick it out with Davis. You deserve each other.
No, you're wrong. I didn't think it would turn out like this. I just thought he was better for me. I didn't know he'd turn into this useless, controlling jerk. Please, Riley, I made a mistake, okay? I admit it, but don't abandon me. You're my sister. You can't seriously be this cold.
You really still don't get it, do you? You don't get to play the victim here. You stabbed me in the back. You betrayed your own flesh and blood without a second thought. And now you expect sympathy? You expect me to feel sorry for you?
I was blinded by love. I didn't think.
Oh, don't give me that. You knew exactly what you were doing. You knew you were wrecking my relationship. You just didn't care. You saw the luxury and the lifestyle he could offer, and you snatched it all away from me. You were grinning ear to ear at my misery back then. So why should I care about yours now?
But we're sisters.
Oh, spare me the family card. That doesn't mean anything anymore. You threw that bond away the moment you stole Davis from me. You chose him over your own sister. Now, you're stuck with him, and I think it's just perfect. Poetic justice, really. You deserve every bit of it.
Please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I swear I'll make it up to you. Just help me this once.
No. You know what? You and Davis can go ahead and live in the gutter for all I care. Be homeless together. You wanted him so badly, right? So enjoy him, for better or worse. You don't get to cherry pick when it's convenient. You made this mess. Now live in it. Goodbye, Layla. After that, Cora and Davis desperately sought help from friends and acquaintances, but their efforts were in vain. Davis's former friends had cut off all contact after his company's bankruptcy, leaving him completely isolated. Even his relatives, instead of offering support, hounded him to repay the loans his parents had taken. Meanwhile, Cora, who had once smugly boasted to her friends about stealing Davis away, found herself abandoned. The very people she had once flaunted her so-called victory to turned their backs on her, saying things like, "After all that bragging, I don't consider you a friend anymore." With no one willing to help, the two were completely cornered. In the end, they were left with no choice but to flee in the dead of night. No one knows where they are or what they're doing now. They simply vanished without a trace. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
What the hell is up with my lunch today? There isn't even any sandwiches or chips in it. How am I supposed to trade food with my friends now? Are you an idiot trying to cut back on the amount of food you give your daughter? Do you think I'm getting fat or something?
I'm sorry to hear that, but yesterday you didn't give me your lunchbox after you got home from school.
What?
If you want me to make you lunch for school every day, make sure to put your lunchbox next to the kitchen sink so that I can clean it out. If you can't follow that simple step, then I won't bother making your lunch. I believe I have already told you this once before though, right?
Shut up! So, what am I supposed to do for lunch today then? Do you expect me to make it through the rest of the day on an empty stomach?
Take another look inside your lunchbox, please. I threw $10 in there so that you can go out and buy something from one of the stores nearby. Or if you feel like it, you can buy a school lunch from the cafeteria.
If you have the time to be throwing money in here, why not just make me my dang lunch? You old hag! I can't believe you would mess around with your cute daughter this much!
Did you call me an old hag?
Ah! Now I'm going to feel absolutely awful for the rest of the day because of you. And today is the last day of school before summer vacation, and now I am leaving feeling terrible. This better not be a sign of what's to come this summer.
This summer, you won't be going to school, so I won't need to make your lunch every day anymore. You are a high schooler now, so you should be able to make your own lunch while I am busy. And the reason for me being so strict now is because it's my job to make sure that you grow into a decent adult.
Don't you dare try and preach to me, you no-for-good housewife! Your only job as an adult is to take care of me and Dad, so you barely know what it's like to be a true adult. But I shouldn't be surprised that making my lunch is now becoming too difficult for you.
Of course, me being a stay-at-home mom makes my main job that of taking care of this house, but it's also my job as a mom to raise my daughter and make sure she turns out right.
Huh? What are you babbling on about?
You are a high schooler now. Yet you still can't make your own lunch, and you still can't study for your classes without me reminding you. Could you try and start acting your age for me? If not, I am going to only get more worried about you.
You want me to start acting my age? Don't start to think that I would want to turn out like you doing chores for everyone else all day.
Huh?
A housewife is just another way of saying that you were unemployed, right? If it wasn't for Dad, you'd be screwed trying to live life on your own. So having that same no-for-good housewife telling me how to live my life is just crazy.
You'd better calm down. I think you are overthinking what I am asking of you right now. And you are starting to hurt your own mom's feelings by using words like old hag and unemployed. Do you think that I'll just sit around and keep taking that talk from you?
Shut up, you useless hag! I'm going to let Dad know about how badly you messed up by not making me a simple lunch, just so you know. And I bet that he is going to give it to you later. Hopefully, him getting on you will make you learn your place. You're only meant to serve the two of us and make sure that this house is taken care of.
Lisa, I heard about what happened between you and Em, how you chose not to make her a lunch to bring to school.
That's because she forgot to give me her lunchbox yesterday for me to clean, and I had already told her once before that she needs to leave it by the sink after school so that I can clean it out. So because she didn't do that, I took the chance to teach her a small lesson to remind her.
You were one hell of a stick in the mud, huh? Going that far to try and teach her a lesson is such a crappy move, especially on her last day before summer vacation. I doubt she had any intentions of making your life any harder by not putting her lunchbox in the kitchen. So next time, don't worry so much about it and just make her dang lunch. It should make a mom very happy to make lunch for her kids every day before school. Or at least that's what I thought.
I get that, but in Em's case, she can barely take care of herself as it is. I feel that I still have to put as much effort into caring for her as I did back when she was in elementary school. So for her sake, I had to teach her a lesson.
Stop caring so much about that pathetic crap. If she had to, she could take care of herself better than you could imagine. So I'd stop thinking of her in such a poor manner and watch as she turns into our special little woman.
Even though she is in high school now and still can't do a single thing on her own, she can't even wake herself up in the morning. I have to come into her room every day to wake her up before school. And she still doesn't know how to keep track of time and what needs to get done. I still need to remind her of everything. How do you think she will make life work after she goes on to college? As far as I'm concerned, she'll be stuck asking us to take care of her until we pass away.
So what if she can't do everything all on her own now? When I was in high school, I was also relying on my mom to care for me. But look at me now, I turned into an amazing adult.
This conversation isn't about you, and also, this isn't supposed to be about how amazing she is when she becomes an adult. This is about how, as a high schooler, she is still asking for us to do everything for her. It's embarrassing for me, and it should be for her as well.
Jeez. This talk is starting to get old. Learn your place and stop thinking about what Em and I do. All I want from you is to make our meals and do our chores. Other than that, don't bother saying a single word.
What the? John, I don't understand why you are defending Em this much.
That doesn't matter. All you need to do is be a good housewife. In other words, I am your master and you are my maid. If you think of our relationship like that, then maybe doing your job will be a lot easier.
Seriously?
You're my maid, so do what a maid would do and take care of my daughter and I. Don't say any more complaints and don't speak to us unless it has to do with your job.
Who do you think you are talking to your wife like that? And before I think of myself as your housewife, I will always think of myself as her mother. And as her mother, to make sure that she grows up just right, I need to speak my mind and talk to her about her mistakes.
Maybe when she was a child, she needed you to be her mother, but now that she's in high school, you need to step back and take care of me and this house. All she thinks of when looking at you is how annoying you really are when you open that mouth of yours. Focus on being my housewife and nothing else. And don't let me catch you doing anything out of line.
What the heck?
If you understand me, then stop messaging me and get back to finishing the chores, since that's your only job now, you old dog. And since that's all you should know how to do.
All right, we will see you later, Mom. Make sure to take great care of the house while Dad and I are gone.
Huh? Where are you guys going? You had saying all yesterday that you wanted to try some of the baked goods from the bread store just a few towns over, right? So I left this morning at 5 just to get those bagels for you before you woke up. I'll be home in a few more minutes if you can just wait for me.
That was just a lie that I made up to get you out of the house before we left. I don't need any of that bread, so go ahead and eat it all yourself.
What the heck? Why did you think it was a good idea to lie to me? I spent forever getting this bread for you guys.
Because today, Dad and I will be heading on vacation together with Grandma and Grandpa. But if you were in the house while we left, you'd probably say that you want to come along as well.
What? You guys are going on vacation without me then? I never even heard a thing about any of this from the two of you.
Of course you didn't. We never wanted you to come with us in the first place, so Dad and I secretly went ahead and made plans for just the two of us.
How could you say things like that to your own mom? You don't want me coming along at all? If it's a family vacation, then shouldn't I be with you guys?
But you aren't even really like family to us. As Dad has told me, you are just our housemaid now.
You're kidding me.
And for this vacation, Dad took off a whole week to be with me. He said he wanted to give me the best summer vacation trip yet, so he booked a week for us to stay in Hawaii.
Hawaii? That's insane! Just the 4 of you are going to Hawaii and are leaving me here?
Just like I told you. He said that this is my reward for doing so well during school this year. I bet that out of all of my classmates, I have the best dad of them all. I love him so much.
I see. In other words, this trip was made so that you would only start to focus on loving your dad, and over time, you would start to forget about me ever being your mom. And I'm sure when you guys get back, I will be made the laughing stock of all of your friends and his friends.
I think you mistook what we meant by this trip. He didn't make these plans just for me to start hating you. It is just a simple family vacation. And with that should only involve the family, like the name says. So you should understand that the family does not normally include their maid in coming along with them. Actually, Dad told me to start referring to you as our maid whenever you started to act up. He also told me that you need to stay at home to clean the house up to make it look brand new while we are gone. Anywho, the two of us are going to enjoy the best vacation ever!
Then enjoy your final vacation together, please.
Huh?
I have decided what I am going to do now. Since I am going to be treated like a maid instead of like a mom, I'd be better off just leaving this household. So now that I will be gone and out of your lives, I think your father will find it difficult making time to go on any more vacations with you.
Really? You think leaving us will stop us from going on any more trips together? Also, what the hell do you think you are saying right now? Do you think that a maid can make a living if they leave the comfort of their master?
I guess I'll find out, right? But as far as you should be concerned, I am no longer going to take living with you two. And I don't want to take care of you guys anymore.
Oh? Well, if that's what you think, then go ahead and get out of here, you freak maid! I can already see Dad's reaction to hearing about this when I tell him. I bet he'll say that he can just go out and find another old hag to be our maid. We probably will completely forget about you by the time you realize that you can't make it living outside of the house.
How does he think he will be able to get you guys a new maid? He doesn't even have the money to do that.
What? Dad has all of the money in the world! He'll be able to care for both me and the new maid that he finds.
I'm sure he'd be okay if he hadn't gone on vacation with you this week. But I think he forgot about the company-wide meeting he was supposed to have before he left the office for a week. I think his boss isn't going to take kindly to that sort of behavior. Don't be surprised when your father becomes jobless in the coming week. And then, I don't think there will be any leeway for him to get that new maid of his.
Huh? What are you saying? That's no reason for Dad to get fired from his job.
However, I just got a call at the house from his company saying that today he has a very important presentation to get. They are asking where he's at right now.
It's
just like John to do something as stupid as this. This would be his second time blowing off an important company meeting. If I'm not around to let him know his upcoming schedule, things like this are bound to happen.
This is his second time now?
Well, his second time forgetting about his important meetings, but your dad normally forgets about all sorts of things relating to his work. And not just work, though. Sometimes even things like paying bills and stuff. That's why I found myself having to keep track of his life by making a calendar just for him, as well as reminding him of any upcoming things. So when he starts calling me things like a maid, I sort of feel stabbed in the back.
Really?
Yeah! That's why when we finally got married, I had to quit my job and stay at home to support him 24/7. Before we lived together, he was always creating problems for himself. Luckily for him, my support made it so that he was finally able to move up in the company. And just so we're clear, I'm not making any of this up.
Huh?
But now that I know about his latest stunt, all I can say is good luck to the two of you. And, just as a side note, I let his company know that he left to Hawaii with his daughter and parents, and that is why he isn't at work.
Wait. Dad said that he's turning around right now to head straight to his office, so please call them back and let them know that he didn't just forget about the meeting.
Oh no. Lucky for him, I don't have their number anywhere to call them back.
You're lying!
But if it helps clear things up for you two to get to the airport before your flight, the person on the other side of the phone laughed and said that this was it for your father before hanging up. Hopefully, your father doesn't try to go into the office to make things right.
Oh no. That's it then. There's no way he will be able to work for that company anymore. It's all just like you told me. This is going to be our last vacation that we can take ever. Why did he think it was okay to skip work to take me on this trip?
Now hold on there, Em. Don't go around blaming him for everything, as he's not the only one.
Huh? He's not?
He has to face being fired, and you have to face being kicked out of your high school. I'm sure people at your school have already taken notice.
What?
What were you supposed to attend a week after school got out?
Well, I don't remember.
You were supposed to retake an exam that you had missed. Actually, you needed to retake 4 different exams since you ended up bombing all 4 of them. But it seems that wasn't a big deal for you as you decided to skip them to go to Hawaii.
Ah! I completely forgot! Ah!
I was thinking that I need to remind you of it because that's something I had a feeling you were going to forget about. And of course, my instincts were right.
Shut up, Mom! You should have said something before I had left the house! Actually, you needed to tell me a few days ago so that I could study more for the tests!
By the way, I just received a call from your school now as well. Your principal told me that if you aren't planning to attend the exams, then they will be marked as permanently failed and you will need to retake a year.
He's lying, right?
I doubt that. You will probably need to go to a different school and be enrolled in lower classes there if you want to try and save yourself, but I'm sure you will just choose to drop out and rely on what little money your dad will have, right?
Oh God, what should I do? I thought that you would have tried to save me from this since you were my mom. Why didn't you ask him to move the exams to next week for me? I would have been able to make it by then. But now I won't be able to attend the retake and will be forced to take another year of high school. Maybe you should have said that this was all your fault since you never reminded us about this stuff in the first place.
Huh? But why would I do that for you? It's not like I was the one that forgot.
But this is all your fault! If you would have told us, we wouldn't have left for Hawaii! We could have moved all of our plans to a later time!
Even then, you two would have still not let me come along because, after all, I'm your housemaid. Anyways, I have all of my things together now and am ready to leave this house. As for the two of you, good luck trying to find a way out of this hole you dug yourselves.
What the hell have you done? Because of your blabbering mouth, I've lost everything. We canceled the trip to Hawaii, but still had to pay for the plane tickets and our hotel. So all of that money, bam, gone.
But that means you were able to make it back for that presentation of yours, so everything should be fine, right? You made it back into work, right?
Yeah, I freaked out and went back to the office, but my boss closed the door to the meeting and wouldn't let me in. He said I could forget showing up because he had no need for an employee who runs off to London instead of completing the company's presentation. All of the bonus that was supposed to go to me went to other co-workers. He also gave them all raises since there won't be a need to pay me anymore. So yeah, I was fired because you couldn't do your job.
Ah, thank goodness you were actually fired.
I kept trying to apologize to my boss, but he wouldn't listen. He said that if this presentation would have gone downhill, the company would have lost millions, so he had to take me out of the equation.
Oh my, and to think you were doing so well at the company all by yourself.
This is all on you! You didn't tell me that I was gonna have this meeting, so now you're to blame for me losing my job!
I think the person that couldn't handle their own schedule should be blamed, right? Also, if I can recall this correctly, I didn't have anything on the schedule telling me that you were supposed to go on vacation this week. I think this is the reward you asked for by hiding that trip to Hawaii from me.
Screw off! It's your job as my wife to tell me everything that's going on so that I can do my job right!
But I'm not your wife anymore, right? I filed out all of our divorce paperwork, and I just need you to sign it for me. So could you please do that here soon?
Wait, what divorce papers?
The one that I left on the counter.
You really filled all of this out? That must mean you weren't joking when you said you were leaving us!
Leaving you was the only choice I had. So, I hope you are able to find a new job and a new maid in the near future. I'm going to stop talking with you now, so bye.
What should I do, Mom? My principal told me that he thinks it's a good idea for me to drop out of school. He says that if I don't have the willpower to study anymore, then I should start trying to find a job that will allow my level of education. When I cried for him to let me stay, he said that having me retake another year will only make it more frustrating for the teachers.
Well, I knew this was what would happen eventually.
Why would you say that, Mom? And I can't go to another school because all of my friends are at this one. And if they find out about me having to retake a year, they will all laugh at me.
Then maybe you can try your best to persuade the principal into letting you retake those exams. Make it look like it is life or death for you, and tell him that you will study as hard as you did at the beginning of the year.
I already tried to get him to let me continue, but Dad said, if I can't find another well-paying job here soon, I'm going to need you to start looking for a job yourself to help me pay the bills. Who am I supposed to study now that Dad wants me to work a job?
My, oh my.
Mom, what is going to happen to the two of us? Dad won't have a job to go to for a little while, and I'm going to have to try and find a job. I won't even have a high school diploma, so there won't be many options for me. Ever since you left us, life has gone to hell. Our house has even turned into a dump, so please hurry up and come home to us.
I definitely won't be. I have fully given up on taking care of either of you, and the house has already gotten that messy? If that's so, then how about you learn to use a vacuum and get to cleaning it up?
But we have no idea. You were the one that always took care of things like that.
But I'm not your mother anymore, so your dad and I plan to get a divorce. I don't plan to ever be back at that house with you guys, and as for you, I don't ever want to see your face again.
Mom?
So, have a good time, Em. I think you should start thinking about learning how to care for yourself now, as your father won't be of much help. Because if you don't, you'll end up turning into as much of an adult as your father is, and we both don't want that. After that whole mess, I was finally able to free myself from that pig, John, and officially get a divorce. Cutting ties with him felt like shedding a massive weight off my shoulders. I no longer had to endure his lies, cheating, or disgusting behavior. The legal process took some time, but once it was over, I felt an overwhelming sense of relief knowing I was rid of him for good. I later heard that John had somehow managed to keep his job, though only by thoroughly humiliating himself. He groveled and licked his boss's boots just to stay on board. It worked, but barely. He was demoted to a janitor at a different building outside of town, far from his former colleagues. With his massive pay cut, he couldn't afford the house anymore. He and Em were forced to move into a run-down apartment complex on the other side of town. The building was old, dirty, and falling apart, a fitting reflection of John's pathetic downfall. Em was able to return to school, but since she had missed so much time, she had to repeat a year. Her peers quickly caught on and bullied her, calling her dumb and a failure. The constant ridicule crushed her self-esteem, and before long, she started considering dropping out altogether. Meanwhile, I was finally able to move on with my life, free from their toxicity. Watching John and Em's pathetic downfall only made my newfound freedom feel even sweeter. Thank thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for lunch today, but I have to say that restaurant wasn't that great. I even tried looking it up on an Instagram and it didn't have any results, so I don't think anyone cares for that place. But for someone that has no taste like you, I'd expect to be taken to lunch somewhere with no taste as well.
Aria, is this your way of saying that the food wasn't to your liking? It had been a long time since I had seen you and my older brother, so I had a hard time trying to find a place that we might all like. But I did end up splurging a bit there.
What? You spent that much? At a restaurant like that?
Well,
I am happy that you chose to invite your older brother and his wife out to eat, but next time, can you find a place that's more on my level? Saying that you splurged on a place that reminds me of any other chain restaurant is a bit, well, that just makes me feel a little sad for you.
I guess I didn't realize that you tend to like things that are a bit more posh.
Well, for the longest time now, I've only ever been eating and shopping at the finest places. And that's what makes me totally different from some simple girl like you.
I see. So then you really must have a knack for high dining.
I suppose that's what everyone must be saying, huh? So that's why today I felt a little disappointed by the lunch you took us out for. It wasn't even the problem of the flavors being so simple, but the fact that most of the food didn't even taste cooked. I'm really sorry. You just told me you spent a lot of money there, but to me, that place is nothing more than a fast food joint.
I guess I never thought that you would dislike the food there that much, so I'm sorry as well.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to apologize. If anything, I apologize for having you waste your money on such an awful place. I suppose this shows that you don't have that much money, and this was just you trying your best to please us.
Well, actually, it's quite alright. I don't think you have to feel bad at all for the money I spent here.
No, please. Don't spend too much on us next time if it's for a place like that. Today at least helped me see one thing, though, and that's that you really don't have a lot of money, do you?
Eh?
Even your clothing today looked like something you dragged out of the Salvation Army or something. Actually, that looks like the same clothing you have been wearing for a few years now, right? There's just no comparing your tattered and old clothing to my $700 one-piece dress that I wore today.
Wow, your one piece cost you $700?
But in my case, that kind of money is not hard to come by. I'm sure that you've heard from Jason before, but recently I have changed to a new career. I was finally able to find a job at the apparel company of my dreams.
Yeah, I did hear that from Jason before. He said that you finally made it to the place you wanted to be, and that every day you seemed so happy to go to work.
Literally every day is like a trip to the amusement park with how much excitement I have for leaving the house to go to work. I'm just in love with the fashion industry, and the money I make there is fitting for my needs. So, in the past few weeks, I've been able to use all that money I make there to go out and shop for whatever clothing I desire. And I don't need to worry about ending up with no money in the end because I make too much for that to ever happen.
Well, that must be a very rewarding life you have then.
I'm sorry, Layla. I'm sure to a moneyless person like you, this all sounds like I'm bragging or something. But to save you from any of this embarrassment, starting today, you should do a little better when it comes to choosing a place to eat for your brother and I. So, if you plan to invite us out again, I'd like a place with a bit better service and food, please.
Hey, Layla, I'm really sorry about today. I should have prepared for Aria to start bragging as much as she did again. You went ahead and took us out for lunch, and yet all she did was complain about how much of a penny pincher you are.
You don't have to apologize for her. It was too bad that the food didn't please her, though.
Actually, I thought the meals there were really freaking good. I just don't see how Arya could say such things like that when everything was great there. Anyway, today I had something that I wanted to ask you. Did she not even notice that you are the CEO of the company she's working for now?
Yeah, I don't think she noticed a thing. I was a bit worried about that as well. Which is crazy because she started sending me messages saying that I have no money and am a poor person.
What? She went as far as to send you that many rude messages?
She even told me that today's restaurant was comparable to a chain restaurant or fast food, and even that my choice in clothing made me look cheap.
Seriously?
Her going that far really surprised me. And I had thought that you already explained to her my position and everything.
Well, I thought that I didn't have to explain your position to her because she should be able to recognize the CEO. I was even at the point that when we met today, I didn't think I'd have to introduce you to her again. And she never even spoke to you about her new job or anything. Instead, the whole time she just complained about the restaurant and the food.
Then she really must have no clue about who I really am, even though I own the company that she just got hired into.
Do you think if I went and explained things to her, it'd already be too late?
Well, a little. I've already got a pretty good idea of the kind of person she really is after she called her own CEO a poor person. If anything, I'm not even sure she'd go back on her word anyways.
Yeah, I bet me saying something to her now would only make her more upset and annoying.
Well, why don't we just let things be and stop thinking about trying to tell her anything? There had to be a point where she realizes that I'm her CEO, and I think finding out herself is a lot less stressful for everyone. And at that point, if she still doesn't act mature about things or apologize to me, we can make a plan to deal with her.
Sounds good. For the time being, I'll just make sure to keep an eye on her. But I'm really sorry about today, Layla. I think she's just been so happy about this new job and has sort of forgotten that she's not a child anymore. Actually, that alone is a bit scary to me because all the money she's been earning has gone straight into clothing and other brand items.
Well, I'm just happy to see that one of my employees is having a great time in the company. Anywho, good luck dealing with Arya. And hopefully, pretty soon here, she understands who I really am.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Well, Layla, see you again.
Right, the next time we meet will be at your guys' wedding, right? I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so sorry, Layla. I hate to have to ask this from you, but could you please go back home? I really don't think that plain dress of yours fits in within my wedding.
What?
You have to understand after having a look at this wedding, right? There are tons of decorations and really high-end bouquets all over the place, as well as the food is on par with something you can find in Dubai. I have always had this dream ever since I was a little girl of having a wedding like no other. And so today, we made sure to put a lot of money into this wedding and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah, and I do really think this wedding looks like something out of a movie. I love all the really exotic flowers you guys have brought here, and I think this all fits your personality perfectly.
And so, I'd like to ask you to please leave so that you don't ruin the beauty of this event. Just seeing you in a single-colored dress with no floral designs or anything is... Well, I just want to know what the hell you were thinking.
I didn't think it was that plain. I'm sure it's a bit more simple than what most people would wear, but at the same time, the quality is excellent. And I really thought the simplicity of this dress would help you as the bride stand out more.
Well, it doesn't work for me at all, so please go home. I've also noticed how cheap all your jewelry is, as well as that lame purse of yours. Really, you just look like a whore dressing up for a night out looking for desperate men.
A whore?
I bet you tried to make yourself look the best you could, but that's not going to be enough to fool me. As you know, I spend a lot of money on all sorts of fancy and brand clothing, so I can tell when something is from a proper fashion brand and when something is a cheap knockoff. And now that I work for an apparel company, I can say that it's all too easy to see that you have no money for any high-end clothing.
Well, Arya, I didn't think I'd have to say this outright, but this dress I'm in now actually costs a lot more than you may think. I made sure to wear something today that wouldn't distract people from you, but would still fit the vibe of being a very pricey wedding. So, I'm sorry, but you have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you kidding me? There's no way I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Stop trying to fight your way out of this after I exposed you in that cheap dress.
But I'm saying that this dress is anything but cheap.
Ah, right. I'm sorry. To me, the dress is very cheap, but to someone with no money like you, that dress probably cost you your whole month's salary. Please excuse me for being so out of touch with the poor.
What?
When it comes to the money I make, the cheapest dresses I am willing to look at and touch are those that are $3,000. But when it comes to you, you don't even make enough per month to buy anything about $200, so that's where you're limited, right?
Arya, no matter what I say to you, all you see me as is someone with little money.
Well, that's because you are a poor person. Every time I look at you, all I see is someone that can't afford good food and someone that wears the same clothing they got years ago at the local secondhand shop. I mean, the place you brought us for lunch last time was on the same level as fast food. Also, it looks to me like Jason does a really good job of hiding what you do for work. I'm sure he's just too embarrassed to tell me that his younger sister is working a very low-end job.
Huh?
I had tried asking just after all of us left from the lunch we had. I wanted to know why you never had any money and why you look like a druggie at times. And at that point, Jason couldn't even give me a good answer to that simple question. And from that reaction from him, I settled with the idea that you just don't have a good job at all. I'm sure he was trying his best to keep that a secret from me, but it wasn't hard to tell how embarrassed he was by his younger sister having nothing.
I see now. There's no way any of this could be just a huge misunderstanding by you, right?
Of course not! And so, that's why right now I'm asking for you to leave the wedding. Just by having you in the same building as all of us has probably made many people feel sick. So, before we have to call an ambulance or cancel my special day, I'd like you to go away.
Arya, do you seriously not know who the heck this person is? Well, maybe I need to start giving some more direct hints then, because it has been months now and you still haven't noticed. And so I'm really starting to get impatient with you not being able to notice anything about Layla.
Wait a sec. Is this Jason?
This is, in fact, your groom Jason. In other words, Layla's older brother. For a little while, I hadn't seen my sister anywhere, so I went to go find her, and now I've seen what the hell's been going on. What the hell are you thinking asking my sister to leave this wedding, which, by the way, is also my wedding?
Well, that's because this is supposed to be a very high-class wedding, yet she came here looking like a whore on the street. I spent months and years getting everything I wanted ready for this wedding so that my dream could come true. I've even been saving the money we used for this wedding since I was 5. So I can't let someone come in here looking so average in their plain dress and knockoff accessories.
A plain dress, huh? And because it's plain, you think you can call my sister poor? Even after she gave you a very good explanation for why the dress is so plain? Yet you just don't want her here because she doesn't fit your idea of someone with a lot of money, huh?
What? In other words, I just don't like her. Actually, I just hate anyone that doesn't have money.
So then you're saying as long as the person has money, you like them? Well, if that were true, then you'd be in love with my sister. I mean, she is your CEO, for God's sake, so she's making at least 10 times as much as you.
She's the one that owns the apparel company I work for?
You were never once able to take a hint or learn this for yourself, so I had to finally tell you right now. And I'm sorry to say, but she is your CEO, Aria. And right now you're asking for the owner of the company you work for to leave your wedding because you don't like her.
Huh? No. Hold on. What do you mean she's the CEO? There's no way that someone like Layla could be the CEO of this company.
Why would I be lying to you about something like that?
But there's so many reasons for why that can't be true. How could someone that looks so simple be the one to run an apparel company? Especially when she wears clothing like that. Are you freaking kidding me, Jason?
Well, I've been hinting at this for a long time. I made sure to get you to understand who my sister was, that before your interview there, you watch videos about the company that had my sister in them. And I thought that that would have surely been enough to get your attention, but...
What? Wait. I did watch those videos. But I thought that the CEO I saw in those was a lot better looking. Like, why would I ever make the connection that the CEO in the video was going to be your sister? After all, in the video, she must have had a pound of makeup on or something, and so the CEO never looked a thing like Layla to me, so I had just thought she wasn't that person. I at least thought my CEO was going to be one of the other people in the video.
You really overthought everything. And by the way, Layla is saying she wasn't wearing a lot of makeup for those videos, so maybe you just didn't want to even accept the fact that she was the person in the video.
Why? Stop acting like you gave me enough hints or anything to where I should have known she was the CEO all along. If you really wanted me to know that your sister is the CEO, then why didn't you just tell me right away?
Well, that would have been irresponsible of me. I didn't want you going in making a fool of yourself or others by thinking that you were some big cheese because you knew the CEO personally.
Huh?
Well, it's not like that helped things, though, since you immediately went off the rails when we had lunch with my sister, and you started calling her poor and plain. You even sat at the table eating the food she bought for us while complaining about the food and the place. And I really did plan after that to tell you who my sister was, but instead you took it upon yourself to start making fun of her, and that embarrassed the hell out of me even more.
But that was...
So instead, I just hoped that you'd find out for yourself. Therefore, I just kept her job to myself and waited for you to figure this out. But the fact that you never did, instead going and making fun of Layla while bragging about all the money you spend, it just pisses me off, Aria.
But
No, Aria, today was really the end of me letting you walk around without realizing what you've been doing. You literally just asked your CEO, your boss, to leave the wedding because she's too poor for you, even though that's not correct at all. I can understand liking and hating people, so even if she was only your CEO, I might understand. But she's also your sister-in-law now. My sister!
Well, that's...
My sister has always been rooting for us both to get married and has been helping me in any way, shape, or form with the preparations. And she wanted to get closer to you by having that lunch together. And that restaurant that you kept making fun of and calling plain was very important to her. And it still is, because that restaurant has 3 Michelin stars and is run by a world-renowned chef. Actually, that restaurant is so important to her that the only way you can get a reservation there right now is by being a friend of that chef.
I never knew that!
I saw everything that you said to my sister after that lunch. You acted like you knew something about food, yet all you had shown us was how much of an idiot you are.
Oh crap! What am I going to do, Jason? I just said to that person to leave my wedding! Do you think you can give the phone back to her so that we can talk about this? I want to explain to her what happened and that I'm so sorry for this.
I'm sorry, but you're way too late. She already left and is going home, and she told me to hang on to her phone for her.
She already went home?
Well, you told her to leave repeatedly, so she had no other choice. And she said you'd probably try to get her to come back by spamming her with texts and calls so she didn't need her phone anymore. So she handed it to me and walked out the front doors.
That means she's nothing but pissed at me. What have I done to my CEO?
I know that you're in the middle of having a breakdown right now, but I have something to say about the wedding. We're going to cancel it, and you're going to apologize to all of them.
Why do we have to cancel it?
Isn't that obvious? I can't let myself marry someone that's too stupid to catch any of the hints that were made, and I definitely can't marry someone that kicks my sister out. And of course, after this, we'll be through with one another.
You can't!
I just can't do it with you anymore. This has shown me that you will never be caring enough to even be around my family and treat them with respect. Well, I'm gonna let everyone know that the wedding is over. Go ahead and take off that dress and get ready to go home.
Wait, Jason! I want to have this wedding, so don't say you'll cancel it!
Well, I don't want to have this, so I have no other choice but to cancel. You'll just have to live this one down after the way you've acted.
Layla? Actually, this whole time, I want to apologize for how rude I've been to you and for kicking you out of the wedding. So please, let me apologize to you.
It's alright. You don't have to worry about it. I know to you, you never thought anything of the boring clothing I was wearing, but that's fine, because I know that you spend all your money on things that look flashy and high value. And so whatever I was wearing at your wedding must have given you that same idea, because you've probably never heard about brands that make high-end and conservative clothing before. So the way you've acted towards me has really taught me some important things about you and fashion.
Wait, hold on. I never meant to be mean when saying any of that. I thought at first that you wearing that simple and boring clothing meant that you had no money, but now I know that you just like that style of fashion.
Okay.
I want to tell you that I'm sorry and regret what I said to you before, so please don't use any of this as a reason to fire me. You wouldn't do that, right? As you know now, the wedding has been canceled and things between Jason and I have gone south, so if I'm fired, my life will be in shambles.
Can you calm down about that? I would never fire you for that. If I were to fire you for that, then you'd only have even more of a reason to hate me.
Are you serious? Thank God! At least I don't have to worry about my job and can continue to make money!
But that doesn't mean there won't be other consequences.
Huh?
After hearing everything you had said to me, I started to think about that attitude of yours and how it affects the workplace. So I went ahead and asked other employees and managers about you, and it's not just me that you've been talking down to and hurting.
You looked into what?
I even heard things from people outside the workplace that you're a real jerk a lot of the time and love to brag about your fashion and money. So to me, you seem like someone that could really cause further harm to my company when it comes to my employees and other companies that I work with. I already know about all the trash talking you've been doing about other brands while working here, as well as trash talking even this company at times.
Hold on.
I really am happy that you were so excited to work here, don't get me wrong, but there is no reason for you to act like a self-entitled brat while you're working here. All you are is an employee that puts clothing into boxes for the company, and that's it. And to be honest, I have part-time employees within the company that have more important roles than you do.
All right! I'll make sure to stop acting so poorly. And to everyone that I've been a jerk to, I'll make sure to go and say sorry to each and every one of them. I'm telling you that from today, I'm going to be a changed woman.
So for that reason, I'm going to have you work as the janitor of the company. I bet that should give all those people that you talk down to a good idea of who you really are. And when the time's right, I'd like you to ask each and every one of the employees in this company if they forgive you or not yet.
You want me cleaning up all the messes here?
If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll just have no other choice but to fire you for verbally harming other employees. And if you are angered by my choice to fire you, you can try and fight it. But saying that you don't like the work I've given you, or that you didn't mean to hurt a lot of other employees' feelings, isn't going to be enough of a good reason. So I'm giving you a choice right now to stay working for me as a janitor, or to leave the company and find somewhere else that'll hire you. But if you don't want to do either of those, well, then I don't know what to tell you.
But...
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what choice you make next week. Now, I have some meetings I need to go to, so I'll see you later. Arya and Jason were forced to have a full family discussion about the state of their relationship, which ultimately led to the decision that they needed to get divorced. As part of the fallout, Arya was left responsible for paying the wedding's cancellation fee and covering all the associated costs. However, Arya wasn't ready to let Jason go. She repeatedly screamed, begging him to give her another chance, promising that she would change if he just gave her a year. Against his better judgment, Jason agreed, but made it clear that she only had 1 year to prove herself. Since then, Arya has been working for me as the janitor, cleaning up everyone's messes while constantly seeking forgiveness. She quietly endures the humiliation, determined to make amends. However, after months of physical labor, she has started to grow colder. The constant exhaustion and degradation have slowly drained the warmth from her eyes. I don't know how she'll be by the time the year is up, but at least for now, she's putting in the effort. She works hard and makes sure not to say anything that could hurt anyone again, fully aware that this might be her last chance. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.